I'm trying to wrap my arms around what is the number that the wealthy and the corporations would have to pay for you in this administration to feel like they paid their fair share? Is it, and I'm asking for a numeric number, is it 78, 92, 104?
Just like I answered your former colleague, the gross number is not, in my view, the appropriate way to look at these metrics. We look at these metrics as a percentage of GDP, for example. And as I pointed out, when we had surpluses in the mid-90s, we were at about 19.6% of revenue.
With all due respect, you're a very intelligent woman. You've done really good work. It's a great answer to a question that I didn't ask. It's not a tough question. It's not a simple question. It's not a difficult question. It's a direct question. In order to pick, right now, we have the top 10% of the wealthy and corporations. And let's not forget, it's the economic system that give us our social programs, right? We don't want the producers to stop producing because then who's going to pay? I don't have a money tree in my backyard that I can just go out and take money. I realize I come from the business sector, and business could never operate the way government does because we'd be out of business. So with that said, I'm just looking for a really simple number. Do you want the wealthy and the corporations to pay 82%? It's not a got ya. It's in what's the right number?
Well, you asked me my opinion, and I told you that is not how we analyze what policies go here. Let me point out one thing. The idea, one, that those making less than $400,000 pay less into the system.
Let's stick with the topic, though. And
sure.
Please, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to get to a number because it seems like you're evading the number. 10% of the people pay 74% of the taxes. Is it 78? Would that make you feel comfortable?
What are those 10% worth compared to the 90% of other Americans?
Well, 90% of the other Americans pay 24% of the taxes. So should only the top 10% pay the taxes, and we raise that number so only the top 10 pay the taxes? I mean, we have a progressive tax system. It's a numerical number. Why are you avoiding it?
To me, the question is, and this is how we analyze what policies to put, what are the top 10% worth in this country? And what percentage of their income?
Why is it that a Democrat hack can never answer a question? You know, she's like, I come from the business sector. Just tell me how much tax is enough. Well, it's a percentage of GDP, blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works. Yeah, that's actually how it works. Because if the left had their way, you know, they would tax corporations to the point where, you know how like the dangling carrot, the carrot and the stick? If you're taxing people so much, they're going to stop producing. And if they don't produce, we don't have a flourishing economy. It's like, what part of this don't these people understand? And I think I loved her point when she said, if businesses operated like the government, they would be out of business. But the difference between the private sector and the government is the government's just spending all of our money, so they don't care. There's no vested interest. But people that spend their time, their education, their blood, their sweat, their tears, their ideas into cultivating business and stimulating the economy, no, they have goals, they have taxes, they have accountability. But when it comes to the government, there's none of that. And these idiots on the left, these absolute idiots, think tax the rich, tax the corporations. Yeah, I love that pie in the sky idea. It doesn't work like that. But they don't care. It's not going to affect them, right? They're like the government. They are the government, basically. It doesn't impact their bottom line. Oh, the hypocrisy. But if we started taxing them like that, they'd find a tax shelter. Typical liberal baloney.